Yamuna concerned herself with having a throne, Singhasan, made for the deities. 4 pairs of Radha Krishna deities were to be donated by the Birla Trust, and 1 set of those beautiful marble Radha Krishna deities would be installed at the Pandal. They would later be named Shri Shri Radha Ras Bihari, and today they stand majestically and are gorgeously worshipped at the ISKCON Juhu Beach Temple. Giriraj Swami remembers. Then came the Bombay Pandal. Shyam Sundar Prabhu, who was the temple president, divided the work into different departments, with 1 devotee in charge of each, and Yamuna Devi was in charge of the deities. We had very little money then. Although we were raising funds for the Pandal program, we needed it all for the event. And the treasurer, Rishi Kumar, was very tight with the money, which Śrila Prabhupada considered a good quality for a treasurer. Sometimes Rishi Kumar would put a sign on his office door, closed for 3 days. So Yamuna Devi was charged with raising funds for the deities. That was the year we got big marble ones. Those at the Pandal were small and made of brass. And on the last day of the program, there was to be a procession from the Pandal at Cross Maidan to Chaupati, where there was to be a program at the beach, at which Shri Shri Radha Ras Bihari would be revealed for the first time to the people of Bombay. And she just couldn't raise the money. So we had little brass deities. So one day Yamuna was standing on the street, and 1 nice man asked her if she needed a ride anywhere. She was probably trying to get a taxi. She said, yes. So this man took Yamuna in the car and he said, you look very disturbed. She said, yes. I have to make a Singhasan for the deities, but I don't have any money. She started to explain the whole situation, and then as she was talking, she started to cry. So the man was very, very impressed with Yamuna Devi's devotion to Krishna, and he said, well, don't worry. My father is the chairman of a big trust, so I am sure if you explain your situation to him, he will give you a donation. So the man's father, Mr. J. M. Baruch, was a retired judge and the manager of the Mama Devi Temple Trust and the Mahalakshmi Temple Trust, which are 2 of the biggest old temples in Bombay. I think the cost of the Singhasan was about 8,000 rupees, which was a lot in those days. But Mr. Baruch arranged whatever money Yamuna needed. Shyam Sundar Das remembers. Giriraj Swami almost single-handedly went out on the street and got the money for this whole festival. Tamal Krishna Maharaj arranged the Pandal and the physical aspects. I did the advertising. And somehow or other in March of 1971, it all came together and it was the biggest festival in ISKCON history up to that point, and maybe ever since. Suddenly, every day there were 10,000 people at a time hearing the Maha Mantra and realizing what Prabhupada had done in the world. And Prabhupada loved that festival. Afterwards, that was all he could talk about. He said, yes, this is the way. This is the way.
Lord Krishna says, who can understand him? By understanding Krishna, as it is stated in the 4th chapter, Janma karma me dibbam ju janati tattva. Simply by understanding Krishna, one becomes so much elevated that after quitting this body, material body, tapta deham, punarjanmane, he never accepts again this material body. As I have already explained to you, that our miserable condition life is this, that we have to accept every, say 50 years or 60 or at most 100 years, we have to accept another body. We may make very good arrangement in this life, nice bungalow, good bank balance, nice family relationship, everything. But the thing is that we shall not be allowed to stay. Asasatam. Dukkhalayam asasatam. Therefore all our attempts to become very happy within this material world is futile. The intelligent man should know this, that I want permanent settlement in my life, but that is not being done. Only intelligent man can understand, because intelligent means to understand that we are all eternal. Why should we accept this temporary body? We must have our eternal body. That is possible. You can have your eternal body, like Krishna. At the present moment, although we are eternal, we have to accept a certain type of body which is not eternal. Asannopi klesada asa deha. Asannapi. This body is temporary, but it is very miserable. It is always giving us trouble. That we should know. Janma mitru jara vyadhi dukho dosana darsana. So, in the human society, there must be some program how to cultivate such knowledge which can give me relief from this repeated birth and death. That is perfect human society. Otherwise, those who are being carried away by the waves of material nature, like cats and dogs, that is not proper human society. Human society means which society is making advance in spiritual knowledge. The Aryans means those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge. They are called Aryans, Arya. Krishna says, Manusyanam sahasresu. There are 400,000 species of human beings, different types of human beings. Kirata hunanda pulinda pukpasa abhira samba javana khasada. There are so many varieties. They are considered low grade. They cannot realize what is the aim of life. Kirata hunanda pulinda pukpasa abhira samba javana khasada. Kirata, the black race. Sometimes it is interpreted the Africans or the Southerners of our country. Kirata. Huns. These Huns are supposed to be inhabitants of the northern region of Russia. Some of them migrated into Germany. Kirata Huna, Andha, Pulinda, Putkasa. There are so many different names. Of course, if we research from history, from the world history, we can find out where they are. But there are varieties of human beings. Therefore Krishna says, Manusyanam Sahasresu. All human beings are not of the same standard. There are different standards. But Krishna is so kind, Krishna is so powerful, that anyone out of this human society can be claimed to become a Vaishnava. Anyone. That is the statement of Sukadeva Goswami. Kirata Hunanda Pulinda Putkasa Avira Sambha Javana Khasada Jennecha Papa. These names are mentioned, but there are many others whose names are not mentioned. Jennecha Papa, they are called Papa. Papa means very sinful life. Jadupasraya. If such persons, such lower grade persons even, they take shelter of a pure devotee, then they become purified, Suddhanti, they become purified. How? Prabhavishnava. That is the special prerogative power of Lord Vishnu. He can deliver anyone in any condition of life. Prabhavishnava. That is extraordinary, inconceivable power. According to Smarta Vidhi, unless one changes his body, he cannot be purified. That impression is going on in India. That unless one is born in Hindu family or born in Brahmin family, Kshatriya, he cannot be accepted as Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, like that. But according to Vedic literature, that is not sanctioned. It is to become a son of Brahmin and to have the privilege of becoming a Brahmin. Certainly there is. Just like a boy born in a medical man's family. So he has got a chance, better chance to become a medical man. Similarly, a boy born in a Brahmin family, he has got better chance to become a Brahmin. Or a boy born in Kshatriya family or Vaishya family, he has got better chance. But that does not mean simply by taking birth in a Brahmin family or Kshatriya family, one becomes Kshatriya or Brahmin. No. He has to acquire the quality. That is stated in Bhagavad Gita. Chaturpannam maya system gunakarma vibhava. And the qualification of Brahmin is also stated there. Satta sama dhamma saucha titikkhya ajava astikam jnanam vijnanam brahma karma svabhavam. These are the characteristics of Brahmin. Similarly, there are characteristics of Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is not stated, at least we are discussing Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, at least there is no such statement that a man becomes Brahmin simply being born in a Brahmin family, or a man becomes Sudra simply by becoming born in a Sudra family. Guna karma vibhaga. This is also confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Narad Muni instructs Maharaj Yudhishthira, Jasahi jat lakhanam syat varnabhimanjakam jaddapi annatra api dishyate tattenaiva vinidhise. Narad Muni says that if the symptoms are characteristic of a certain a status of social order is found in other families. For example, if a Shudra born boy is inclined to accept Brahmanism or Vedic culture, he should be given the chance that is accepted in the Pancharatriki Vidhi. Just like these boys, European Americans, boys and girls, they are, according to our Shastra, they are less than Shudras, or you can call them Chandalas. But they are being elevated to the status of the Brahmin qualities by this Krishna consciousness process. It doesn't matter. Our Sanatana Goswami gives a direction in the Hari Bhakti Vilas that one man can become a Brahmin by the regular process of Diksha. A Diksha, this initiation, cannot be offered to a Shudra. Diksha cannot be offered to a Shudra. But in these days, Kali Yuga, it is the statement of the Shastras that in the Kali Yuga, most of the population are Shudras, Kalau Shudra Sambhava. How they can be initiated? This initiation is offered not according to the Vedic rules, because it is very difficult to find out a qualified Brahmin. Diksha is offered to a qualified Brahmin. Therefore, this Diksha is offered according to Pancharatriki Vidhi. That is recommended in this age. My spiritual master inaugurated this Pancharatriki Vidhi, and we are following his footsteps. Anyone who is inclined to devote his life for Krishna, he should be accepted as Brahmin. Of course, he should be trained up. Not that these boys and girls are being initiated. All of a sudden, they are trained up for 6 months, 1 year. Then they are offered Harinam. And when they are qualified actually in chanting Hare Krishna mantra at least 16 rounds daily, when we see 1 year at least that he is doing his duty, following the regulative principles, all these boys and girls who are initiated, they will have to follow the regulative principles. No illicit sex life. Just like one couple is married, because we don't allow allow the boys and girls to live as friends. No, that is not allowed. All my students who came to me, because it has become a system in their country, the young boys and girls live as friends, without parents taking care of their being married. That has become a system, regular system in Europe and America. And India also it is going to be introduced very soon. It is already introduced, and it will develop. And in the Srimad Bhagavata, there is foretelling that in this age there will be no more marriage. Vedic marriage will be stopped. Sikarameva yudvahe, simply by agreement, the marriage function will be performed. But as far as we are concerned, we are trying to establish Daiva Varnashram as it is instructed by the Goswamis, by Hari Bhakti Vilas, by our spiritual master. May not be very perfect, but we are trying our best to introduce this Daiva Varnashram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna was Kshudi Das. I was Kshudi Das Brahmachari. Now I've gone from Grahastha to Vanaprastha. But at the time it was freezing cold in Paris. And I prayed to Krishna. I said, I'll make you a deal. If you get me out of this cold, I promise never ever to complain about heat ever. So 3 days later, a letter came from Śrila Prabhupada that said, please send 3 devotees to India. So myself and 2 others were off in an airplane. And I got on the plane, it was snowing. And when I arrived in India, it was already 31 degrees Celsius, which is a big change from snowing. We arrived in Delhi and we took the train to Mumbai, and the Cross Maidan festival was going on. And we went to Prabhupada's room. At the time I was 18, and Prabhupada said that there was going to be initiation in 2 days. We got there on Saturday, the 27th of March, and Prabhupada said there would be initiation Monday, the 29th. And even though Prabhupada had already chanted on my beads, Prabhupada would chant on them a second time, and he would initiate me and several other people at the festival. And then Prabhupada told Shaimashundar and Brahmananda that these are all young boys, because I was 18, I looked about 13. He said, these are young boys, so you must take care of them. And that's why you would see Brahmananda or Shaimashundar, even many years later, they make sure my buttons are fixed and make sure they treated me like a younger brother. Tamal Krishna also, I was like a younger brother to them because I was just a child. So Prabhupada would lecture in the morning in Hindi at the Cross Maidan. We would go from the temple at the Akash Ganga building on Warden Road, and we would go down in the morning, and Prabhupada would give the lecture in Hindi, and they would serve halava prasadam to all the guests, and then we would go out and do Harinama and pass out flyers to get people to come to the evening. The evening was a bigger program, and in the evening, Prabhupada would speak in English. So 2 days later, on the 29th was going to be, it was a Monday, just like today. And the 29th also, amazing, 50 years later. And so Prabhupada was having the ceremony for the initiation and the marriage ceremony. And Vegavan and Padmavati were married and initiated. And myself and Darsha, a French boy, Dravida, Mahamsa, and Vardhan were all initiated that day. And when we were doing the ceremony, when Prabhupada was about to chant on my beads, he stopped for a second and he said to Guru Das, he's pointing out in the field, he says, go get the Western yogi who's out there. And Guru Das says, I don't see any Western yogi, and we couldn't see. Prabhupada keeps pointing, no, just back there, and we don't see anything. All of a sudden the crowd clears, and there's this Western yogi with matted hair. And Prabhupada brought him up and said, you sit right here. And he had him sit right next to me. And then Prabhupada chanted on my beads. And that person later became Radhanath Swami. And of course, Lokanath Swami was also there in the crowd. And there were 35,000 other people there that night, but I won't mention all of their names because we don't have time for that. But it was a wonderful occasion because we were all there with Prabhupada. And at the end, we had a rip-roaring kirtan. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj was there. He was not a Maharaj yet. And Guru Das, and Nanda Kumar, and Shaimashundar, and Giriraj. And so after that, every day we would have a festival where we would have the kirtan in the morning and the Hindi class. And then in the evening, again, it was in English. And every day, more and more people were coming. People were getting used to this. Prabhupada called us the dancing white elephants. And I think there's a video of me getting initiated somewhere. Of course, it's in black and white. It's actually not a full video because the video camera wasn't out yet, but they took a film of it in black and white. So on the last day of the Cross Maidan, we had a big Rath Yatra that went from the Cross Maidan down to Chowpatty Beach. And it was funny, many Indian boys that were younger than me, they would always come around to meet me. And they all came and took magazines and said, we'll go out and sell these. And they all came back with a pile of money from the magazines they'd sold. I was amazed. So we were selling magazines and chanting on the way from the Cross Maidan down to Chowpatty Beach. And at Chowpatty Beach, we had a big kirtan there, and Prabhupada gave another lecture there. Prabhupada was opening up the whole of Mumbai by getting them excited by this festival, because everybody in Mumbai had heard about this Cross Maidan festival. And I think Lokanath Swami was there every night.
Yeah.
You were there every night? Yes. I was there every night too. And you went to the temple at Akash Ganga?
No.
That's where we were staying.
Yeah.
The temple was there in the building on Warden Road. So this was where Prabhupada got the ISKCON Mumbai started, was from this big festival at the Cross Maidan, because Juhu came later. And one day during that period, we did a program at the Barcha Vidya Bhavan. And as we stepped outside, Prabhupada said to Shaima Sundar, we should have a temple right down there. And he pointed to where the Radha Gopinath Mandir is today. So now we do have a temple there. So Prabhupada was laying the cornerstone for all the temples we have in Mumbai and for the preaching of Krishna consciousness all over India. And I'm so happy to be celebrating this with you today, because it's actually, I was initiated on Monday, the 29th of March, 1971. And today is Monday, the 29th of March, 2021. So 50 years later, we're still here trying to serve. And I'm not such a great devotee as Radhanath Swami and Lokanath Swami, not even as good a devotee as Lokanath Swami's disciple Tukaram, but I'm just happy to be able to assist, that we're all one big family. And like we have in Laguna, we bring people into the family and we teach them Krishna consciousness. And they also know that we have a relationship of friendship and love that they won't find anywhere else in the material world. And this all came from how Prabhupada taught us. He took such good care of us. And we see now that the disciples of Prabhupada are taking care of their disciples with the same mood of love and care, that we not only teach, but we love and care for the people we're teaching. So is there something more I should say, or wait till I come back next year? I will hope to come to Mumbai next year after I always go to Kartik.
Yeah,
that is my real home.
This is a very special year, this 125th anniversary of Prabhupada's birth,
Yes.
So
Yes.
we are celebrating this 50th anniversary of Hare Krishna festival, Cross Maidan. And I was a little older, but you were and you are senior to me. You were initiated before me. I was just nobody.
Right there in front of you.
Not even Bhakta. So you are source of my inspiration.
Well, we're all the source of each other's inspiration. We all try to help each other out. It's a group project, isn't it?
I think I got this idea of getting initiated by Prabhupada by seeing you getting initiation that day. So
wow.
It was
we'll never forget that day.
Yeah.
So I hope to see you in Vrindavan during Kartik.
Please.
And then maybe after Kartik, I will come to Mumbai. I also have to go back to South Africa every year because Prabhupada sent me there with the Swami, but he left me alone. So I was 6 months alone trying to get things started in South Africa. So they want me to come back there now that.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity. It's wonderful to serve with all of you in different parts of the world. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Bhaktavinam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinam Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare